All right, we got the recording up and we are live. All right, welcome everybody. Today is Saturday, May 11th, 2024. It is a great day to be connected. Thanks for joining everybody. My name is Frank Frausto. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for BeeKonnected. Excited to see everybody here today. Thanks for jumping on here. As if you keep one eye on the chat, go ahead and drop kind of your name, where you're joining from, and specifically if this is your first exposure to BeeKonnected, let us know in the chat. We are excited to talk about BeeKonnected, the platform, what we're working on, and all that good stuff. You are in the right place. I am very, very excited to be a part of this team. And speaking of this team, I wanted to turn things over to the man. Mr. Johnny Reed is one of the founders of BeeKonnected. He's brilliant. He knows kind of this business and sort of what it takes to sort of grow organically a platform just like BeeKonnected, from where it is now to a powerhouse. And he has a brilliant vision. He's going to share that with you a little bit on this call as well. He was instrumental in getting me to join the BeeKonnected team, and I'm proud to introduce to the stage Mr. Johnny Reed. JR, go ahead, take it away.
Hey, good morning, Frank. Good to see you, my friend. And
likewise.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another BeeKonnected show. I have had the pleasure of knowing our CEO for many years prior to the launch of BeeKonnected, which was, if you're brand new with us, February of the year 2020. Can't believe it's been 4.5 years since we got started. We're going to be covering some very important information here today, especially if you're brand new, and even if you've been with us, like Mr. David Roberts from the very beginning. I will say this, a couple of announcements before we get started. This will be the last time we do the BeeKonnected show. Now, don't get crazy on this platform. So there will be a new platform next week, and a lot of the stuff we're going to be talking about is going to be implemented. So it'll be very apparent that if you're excited about BeeKonnected, regardless if you've been with us for 1 day, 1 year, or from the entire time, you want to be bringing contacts to the BeeKonnected platform, because there's going to be some magic that's going to happen here very quickly. So before I get started, though, and get too deep into what is BeeKonnected, what's new, if you're brand new, like what is BeeKonnected, period, we're going to be covering that information. But to help me in this equation, because I am the operations officer and compliance officer, I want to bring the architect, right? The person that is responsible for actually thinking it up and then financing it and then doing all the crazy things that this person has accomplished to take on the big tech world and be a disruptor in the industry. And that is our amazing founder who had run many businesses, right? Did a lot of networking events back in the state of Texas. I think she'd like joined 52 or something crazy like that, and then decided she didn't like any of them. So she started her own, which was the Public Speakers Association, which was the CEO and founder of, and she ran that for about 7 years until she got the itch to create BeeKonnected. So without further ado, I'd like to bring on Miss Tanya Hoffman, our wonderful CEO. Ta-da! Jazz hands! Yay!
Yay. And Heather, if you're listening, can you go and make sure that it switched back to social biz and see if that helps everyone? We're having a little technical difficulties. Put in chat, can you hear us right now? Is anybody hearing us out there in TV land? Oh, you can. Okay, so that it's them. Fantastic. All right, let everybody know, Heather, that maybe it's their VPN or something.
Well, Tanya, a lot of times people they can't see what's going on behind the scenes. And so, to some people, they're like, what's going on? What's new? And of course, you're like, hey, you're behind the scenes going, ah!
I know it's like the momentum. We've been talking about this forever, right? And that's, I think, the brilliance of what we've been developing is it's not just technology. It's about all the people that are a part of this experience as well, you know.
Well, I know the marketing department has done a fantastic job, and they've put out some new material. We're going to get into that when we get to the actual presentation part of what do they, what is their role, what is the responsibility, and you're going to find out as we talk about our original host there, what this individual, this brilliant individual, is capable of, and all the input that he's put into this point in time, and then of course turning him loose here when the magic day happens. And the magic day, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, is coming up. So get ready. Get ready.
Magic day.
So let's kind of get into it. I'm on a travel day, so I got limited time here with you today. So if you're brand new or you've been with us for a while, this is revision 10.6 of our presentation. And this material you can find, is it in the middle link? Is the presentation material also in the middle link? Or no?
In the middle.
So, you don't have to, it's okay if you want to take notes, but don't wear yourself out. If you want to get a copy of what we're going to go over today, that is the middle link over to the left. There's going to be some stuff there that we're going to share with you, some important stuff that you want. So this is really just the official company overview. At this point in time, don't get too comfortable with it because there's some massive enhancements about to happen. But if you're brand new, understand that BeeKonnected is now coming on into the marketplace is the simple choice versus what I refer to as the Frankenstein effect. If you know Frankenstein, right? Created a monster by taking different pieces of different people and putting it together. And that's my version of looking at the social media world. Is there's brilliant companies that do a fabulous job, but they only do one. And so you got to piece it together, right? They leave it up to you. And then a lot of times this can be very expensive. So if you have a lot of people and you want to do virtual conferencing, you go to Zoom, you want, video quality stuff, you go to YouTube. And then of course you want to be on social media. TikTok was, I think, the most downloadable app last year. And then of course you got the grandfather Facebook, and that's now called Meta because it includes Instagram, and you got LinkedIn, and then you got companies like Kajabi that a lot of the world, I was one of them, didn't even know what Kajabi was because I was not a content creator. But all these typically are needed. They say the average person online is using 6.7 applications to conduct business, which to me is crazy talk, right? So again, what you did, Tanya, is you decided you wanted to go ahead and put everything in one spot.
Absolutely. Make it simple. Everyone has limited time nowadays, well, forever, right? And you're like, how can I make my life simple? And especially for entrepreneurs and business owners, you only have so much time.
So one of the things we're going to talk about is you got your approval on your patent, did you not?
Oh, yes. That came out, Wednesday or so? And we're so excited about the new patent pending, P3 system.
And we'll kind of get into that. But this is BeeKonnected for a snapshot if you're brand new. So remember, virtual conferencing, broadcasting, social media, unlimited groups, AI technology, which we started 4 years ago, right? Everybody's talking about it now. We're like, where you been? Of course, premium content, which is something near and dear to your heart. And then number 7 up there in the upper left-hand corner, the P3 system. And we'll get into that in just a second. But in a snapshot, you get all of this with just one password and one dashboard. Everything that you want to do to be able to do business online is right here at your fingertips. So the team, obviously me and Tanya are with you today. You saw quickly Mr. Frausto, and then of course behind the scenes, working like a madman, is David Dubbs. Yeah, we laugh because he's such a creative genius when it comes to video content. Now, for those of you who were here from the very beginning of today's call, you saw this individual who is very modest, right, Tanya?
Absolutely. It's like, come on, tell everybody how amazing you are. Nope.
So Mr. Frausto obviously was a very fortunate person. He grew up in the Silicon Valley area of California, which of course, if you know, is the home of all the big tech providers, including Google, which that was his very first job. Now, how fortunate can you be, right? Right out of school, right out of college, you land a gig with the company with the crazy name. Because remember, in the beginning, nobody knew what they were. So he was there from just when they were getting started, and he was there for 15 years, being the lead trainer, if you will, from Silicon Valley all the way over to Singapore. So all the English-speaking places. Frank was instrumental doing a lot of amazing things for Google, including creating the Google Channel Partner Program.
Exactly. And that's what, if you look at, I love the stories he tells, because it's like, we just see Google today, right? We just see Facebook. We see all of these massive companies, but it had to start somewhere. And that is where we are right now, right?
Yeah, and it's good to be with and have people that really know what is coming, right? Where's going to be the growing pains. He usually tells the stories of, when they started hitting momentum, they were hiring like 300 employees a week. And being a person who, is running a company that, internally, I'm like, but, that's just the nature of the business. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more, ladies and gentlemen, of what's in it for you. And understand that this took some time, because we had to self-finance this in the beginning before investors started to show up. So I know, Tanya, when I talked to you 4 years ago, I told you, the hard cold facts of, one, you have less than a 1% chance of pulling it off. Two, was going to take at least 3 years before anybody would pay attention. And then three, you would have to sell a lot of stuff. And of course, you didn't understand what I said by that.
Sell my house, sell my car, sell jewelry, sell my husband. Oh no, that's weird.
Not the liabilities, only the assets. All right. So again, so this is, the future is going to be very bright. So again, this is just a typical roadmap, if you will, of when a company or a product goes into the marketplace. What are the evolutions? And so for the last 4 years, we were in the tech enthusiast, the innovator phase, and we're getting ready to go into the visionary phase of this, where the early adopters, because we're in the final phases of the last set of beta for something that we're going to talk about here in a second. And then we'll go through an IPO, and then it'll be go after the world, right? The early majority, the late majority, and then of course, I'm going to let you have the skeptics. Okay, so you're about to unleash on the world's first integrated virtual conferencing platform. Now, you and I both agree that was way too long to say multiple times.
Right.
So we settled on the K2K, or Care to Connect system, and it's going live next week. Now, this is Saturday. Now, when exactly next week? Well, we have a meeting on Tuesday for the 1% Club, and we will be announcing the official time and date on Tuesday when the system goes live. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a system that doesn't exist on the planet. So again, not just virtual conferencing, but an integrated virtual conferencing with different softwares, with one having a patent pending software that will revolutionize a particular industry. And it also integrates the premium content. So that would be the difference of not having to have a Zoom account and then also having a Kajabi account, because each of those companies don't do what the other company does. So then you got to make 2 payments to 2 different companies, have 2 different passwords, have 2 different sets of customer service, and life is not easy. So what we have done is we've taken all this technology and we've put it together. So we're really excited that you will all be the very first people in the whole planet to launch this incredible platform. It's definitely going to help a lot of entrepreneurs make a lot of money. Now, Tanya, how important is premium content to a coach?
You know, when you're looking at creating residual income for your business, there's nothing more effective than making one thing once and then selling it forever on. And because we have not only our own premium content area where you can upload your courses, but be seen by the entire database so that you have an organic reach like never before. But you can also create replays and all kinds of things with the 3 images and the 3 buttons to the left there that will make a revolutionary change in how people get your products and services from now on.
And I like the fact that, you know, you had the wisdom and the vision to include the evergreen effect, that when someone's watching somebody's show, maybe a month later, 2 months later, 6 months later, the links are still live, so they can still continue collecting revenue from new customers as they pass it around. I mean, a lot of people don't think about it, like, how can a cat video be seen by 5 million people? Well, that's the beauty of social media, where people can like and share and pass content on to people that they like. And so that becomes seamless to make money. So never before, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you know this, never before can you become more successful faster in the human race than right now. And with the technology that BeeKonnected is putting together, we're making that process even simpler for people to participate in. Okay, so the P3 system, right? So we started beta testing this back in April. Now this is patent pending, ladies and gentlemen. So this is a game changer for the direct sales industry, which I spent the vast majority of my adult life. And now that it's patent pending, you know, I used to hear people all the time going, well, you know, you're not that special. You know, if it was it's such a big deal, Zoom could just copy it. And I'm like, well, no, they can't.
It's ours, baby.
All right, no gang signs. No gang signs.
I didn't know that was. Oh my God.
What happened to this one? You know, that was the sweet one, and now you're like, oh, throwing down. So why is that important? What does the P3 system do? First off, it's something that, you know, when you stop and understand, you don't have to participate in the direct sales industry now to make a small fortune, because out of the 125 million, I'm gonna repeat that, I'll even say it in Thai, that's Ningroy Yisip Halan, right? That's how you say 125 million in the Thai language. That is a lot of people, right? They're out there every day doing virtual conferencing, making presentations, talking to people. But the way they do it online is very barbaric. You know, they've spent, you know, 7 decades teaching you how to edify and bring people to a meeting, or bring people to a hotel, or bring people to meet the superstar. But online, it's very sloppy, because they say, you know, get back with the person that invited you. Okay, that is like kryptonite to the chain of events. It gets broken, because then you're putting it back in the hands of a guy that might have signed up 24 hours ago, 6 minutes ago, 6 days ago, and it gets really sloppy and really ugly. So with the P3 system, the companies are now going to be able to rely on their true superstars, their leaders. They can bring in people from outside, the millionaires, the doctors, the people that invented formulas, you know, engineers, whatever your product or service, you can bring the absolute best people in. And then when people are excited in the moment, they just reach over there and they hit a button. And then here's the beauty. The software then breaks it down and gives everyone who brought people to the event credit for the sale or the sign up. That is going to help these companies explode, because now you're being mentored by the true rock stars. Right? Because you go to I remember back in the day, you go to a meeting, you get excited. I went to see my first millionaire. I was so excited. I went out and I made a bunch of money. And then I had to go back to my home city and deal with a bunch of knuckleheads that didn't show up to the conference.
Right.
And they were doing everything in the exact opposite way of what the guy said to do it on stage.
But wait, I know better, don't I?
And I'm like, you weren't even there. I was like, so again, I unfortunately had to fly around the world, because I'm a control freak, you know, multiple times to give the live seminars, where if I would have had this technology, I probably could have saved myself a couple $100,000 on airfare. So this is like a little visual, right? So again, as the leaders are being brought on, right? Document industry leaders are being brought on to give a presentation. Then the people can instantly sign people up or sell their products from the system, and the people that are inviting people to the show get credit for it. So same thing next week, right? When we start doing the live shows and people want to bring people to the BeeKonnected platform to hear from the Frank Faustos, right? AKA the Google guy, talk to documented experts. We've got some influencers now on board that have millions upon millions of followers, and they can come on and talk about, hey, how did you grow, like Austin White? How did you grow but you're 22? How do you have 5 million people that know your name?
Yeah, exactly.
At 22, I was useless, right? I just got out of the military. I knew nothing about business or anything else. Of course, there's no technology. But at 22, this kid's got 5 million people that know his name. I would want to learn from him, right? I would want to know exactly, step by step, how did you become such a powerful person in the realm of social media? And you're an old man now at 22, right? You're an expert. But with the P3 system, as people want to bring people on in the direct sales world, you could learn from that person. And same thing next week, when you bring people, you're going to give them your URL, and that URL is going to track the sale and give you the credit accordingly. So I cannot stress this enough. We're going to get into it a lot, really heavy. We're going to take a deep dive into exactly what to do, because you're only going to have moments before it actually comes live, and then it becomes very real to you. So here's the demographics that we're running down, right? These are our focuses as a company. And so the direct sales world, as I just alluded to, is 125 million people. Now, remember, we have a patent pending, which means it's still off limits now, right? Because it's patent pending. No one can copy the software for that whole industry. And this is something that every owner, every leader on the planet will want for their team. Then we have the 300 million people that have all jumped on Zoom because of the pandemic, thinking that's the only choice they really had. And then, Zoom's about to have a rude awakening, because we obviously have really focused on what's really important to the entrepreneurs who are trying to do virtual conferencing. And then, of course, the social media world is just shy now of 5 billion people.
Exactly.
Which is almost the entire population of the world.
Yeah.
And so if people say, well, who do I talk to? Well, who don't you talk to? Okay, so as we go through, I think, did I jump? No. So again, price points, this is very small on the screen, I know. But the point here is we go from free all the way up to a $99 a month subscription. And you got to understand, at that level, if you go to the Zooms, you go to the Kajabis, their price points are 3x, 5x higher than what we're offering. But we combine all the technology where they're only selling one platform. Okay, so this is the beta launch period of our company. And so even at the highest package, we're offering that at a 50% discount for the people that want to monetize their following and make some money here in addition to whatever they do, and of course have all the best software at your fingertips. So that's what this is. The price plans of what we call Platinum, which is $49.95, includes the P3 system, but it doesn't include premium content. For anyone that wants to become a Platinum member, we're going to give you a lifetime subscription at the price point of Platinum, but you're going to be able to get Platinum Plus. So you're going to get 9 different software packages that would cost you easily over $10,000 a year if you were going back to Frankensteining it the old-fashioned way. Right. But one of the software packages you can't get anywhere else except here at BeeKonnected. It is our company's own trade secrets now on that software, the P3 system. And you might say, well, I'm not in the direct sales world. It doesn't matter, because to the 125 million people that are in the direct sales world, and it's not hard to find these people, by the way. I hear so many people like, where do I go? Just go to your social media page and just ask a question. Hey, what's your favorite network marketing company? And be careful what you ask for.
Yeah, my sister's like, hey, I sell, weight loss. And my other sister's like, wait, I sell, cooking stuff. I'm like, okay.
Being a 30-year veteran in that industry, ladies and gentlemen, and building huge teams, I promise you, and I don't want to be disrespectful, but these people are tenacious, right? They get excited, and they're just brand new entrepreneurs, and so they're always looking for angles. They're always looking for something new. They're looking for ways to grow in the matrices of the company's compensation strategy. And the fastest way to do that is the leaders to talk to the team, not a new guy tell a new guy a new guy. And we're going to get into this on Tuesday, because again, there's a formula that my first mentor, who by the way made it to Inc. 500 #1, his company went through 27,000% growth in 1 year. Not 2,700, 27,000% growth. And he used to talk about Einstein being this brilliant person who could retain like half of everything he saw, or 20% or 25% of everything he saw. I don't remember. It's been 40 years. But he used to say, so that guy tells the next guy, retention 7 to 10%. He said, I'm going to have a magic wand, and you're going to be twice as smart as Einstein. And all the people you know is twice as smart as Einstein. So somebody knows 100%, which they don't, but we'll say somebody knows 100%. They tell the next guy, okay, they got 50. Now they turn around and they're excited. They think, I found the dream ticket. And they tell the next guy, now it went from 50 to 25%. Now that guy doesn't understand, or gal, understand they only got 25% of the information, but they're excited because the widget is just all encompassing. And so they run out and tell their friend, and I'm rounding, gets down to 12%, and then you walk in. You're going to get 6% of the information. Then you're supposed to go out in the world and make a living. It's not going to happen. And that's why there's massive failure in these industries, is because the chain of events that happen for people to get the right information is broken. But if you can be mentored by a multimillionaire, if you can be mentored by an owner, you can be mentored by a creator, if you can be mentored by the doctor who formulated the ingredients, you have, I think you would agree, you have a much better chance of becoming successful. And that's what the P3 system is going to do for the affiliate programs and the direct sales companies that are out there. And of course, Tanya, I'm probably drinking too much of my own Kool-Aid just because I'm so excited. I wish, I feel like that old guy saying, when I was a kid, we used to eat dirt, right? So that's how I feel. When I built my team of 15,000 people, we had only fax machines. And then when I got to 100,000 people, in my team, the internet was still young.
Yeah.
So I'm officially old. That's all I'm saying.
I remember when I did my first post.
I remember I was in an office in Chicago, Illinois, and internet was brand new. I know the kids today are going to listen to this and just roll their eyes. And it was all dial-up, and it made that noise.
Forever.
And I remember saying, "This is never going to work." Yeah. What did I know?
Yeah. I was like, really? It's taking so long. I'm so bored.
Was I wrong? Okay, so if you're brand new, we get a little carried away here. So when it comes to these price points, just so you understand, and again, today is just giving you an overview. We've got some videos we're going to encourage you to watch because they're much simpler, cleaner, and they're a lot faster to get all the content. But this is an example of our Premium Plus content. And of course, Tuesday, we're really going to break this down and show you all the things that you get, like in a Zoom account, you get in Kajabi, and then compare them to BeeKonnected. But you can see on the screen here, Zoom at 1,000 attendees in a webinar platform is charging $340 a month if you can afford to buy it by the year. That's the yearly cost. If you can only afford to make monthly payments, it's like $4,200. And then Kajabi, which helps people with content creation, their most popular package is $300 a month, $298. I'm rounding here. So that's over $600, $640 a month, which, if my math is correct, that's about $7,000. Is that right? Well, I shouldn't ask you math. You hate math. So we have a special going on that you get all that and more, right? You get all the other platforms. You got 9 different platforms. We're just comparing it to 2. So we're at $49.95. So again, this is a an opportunity to jump in the very beginning of a tech company that's about to take off like a jackrabbit and have a grandfathered in price point where we'll always keep you at that $49.95, even as we keep enhancing the packages, which we will. Now, it's a lot to take in, so I want to break this down because it's not a one-size-fits-all world. You know, when we're doing things like this, and especially the amount of people that watch the replays. And remember, Australia is online with us, the UK is online with us, right? Latin America, North America, our brothers and sisters, Canada, and the United States. You're not going to find the same personalities and the same mindset. It's going to be different people do different things. And I like to break it into 3 categories. So I call it the doers versus the recruiters versus the builders. To me, that's the way I break up the world when I was building all my teams. And everybody specializes in one versus the other. Now, the doer in social media is like your influencers. These are people that go out there and they make tons of content, right? They make video after video after video after video, and they're brilliant. They're geniuses. That's why they have, at the end of the day, they have millions of people that know their name.
Absolutely.
And so that's what BeeKonnected's here for, those people that come here, the doers, but instead of just getting maybe trickled income from advertising dollars, we're going to pay them a percentage of the size of their following. And the math becomes kind of crazy, right? But how much money is Zuckerberg making, right? People don't know he made over 100 billion last year selling people's data to advertisers.
It's the same thing with, if you look at Michael Jordan and Magic back in the day, right? Michael Jordan says, no, I don't want to just wear shoes. I want to be part of the shoe company. So give me part of all income that comes in from buying the shoes, right? It's the same thing here. We're asking people to come on over. And then guess what? You get to be part of the solution for BeeKonnected.
Absolutely. So those are the doers, right? And that's the heart of BeeKonnected. The people that come here, they've got content. They want to sell their courses. They want to sell their memberships because they want to create a special group. And of course, there's a fee attached to that. And your premium contents allow them to do all that. They can create their own price points. They create their own ways of collecting revenue. They're the doers of the world. Now, that is the heart of how business works. However, there are people with special talent, and then sometimes people with no talent. They are the recruiters. They're the ones that says, hey, I'm not very gifted, but I know a guy. Hey, you know, I'm in a position where I know all these people that run these type of companies. And what are you going to give me if I introduce them to your company, right? What are you going to pay me? Because that's what a recruiter does. They don't want to do the work. They just want to introduce client A to client B.
Yeah.
And so we have the recruiters. Then we have the third kind of person. That's the category I found myself in for many decades, which is a builder. And a builder makes a long-term commitment. They're going to build it. It's like raising a kid, right? It's like when I started orphanages. You don't do an orphanage for a month, right? You decide, hey, the kid's 4. You got to stay with them till they're at least 18. So a builder is going to help the company grow. Now, all 3 of these philosophies exist within BeeKonnected. We have thought this through inside and out to make sure everyone can be compensated with the maximum dollars for the time and talent they bring to the platform. But we're not here to try to tell the world that you're going to make a living on BeeKonnected. BeeKonnected was created for the doers, right? For them to make their own money selling their own products and their own services. Hopefully that makes sense. So again, there's an example of the multiple streams of income. I'm not going to cover because that's obviously, you know, you create your own course, you create your own membership, you got your own premium training. That pretty much is simple to understand. And there's too many variables to that. B is our 2-tiered affiliate platform, and C is our VIP elite. So if we were to break that down for you, understand, to be an affiliate partner, you just need to be one of those beta testers that gets the 50% off. So if you're a platinum or above, you get to be a person that becomes an affiliate partner with BeeKonnected. Now, this is how it works. It's very simple. It's not complicated. It's not a pyramid. So it's very simple. 2 people are always getting paid every time there's a membership that's actually sold here at BeeKonnected. Now, here you see two cartoon characters. One is John. He's got his little thumb up. He's all happy. He's an affiliate. Jane, she came here. She's free. But when Jane comes to BeeKonnected for free, she still gets her own virtual conferencing platform, right? She still gets her own K2K system. What else can Jane do, Tanya?
Oh my gosh, she can join groups, she can post, she can do, be part of the community.
Right. So she's an active person in BeeKonnected. So she's going to say, hey, look what I found. She's going to be inviting people to come to BeeKonnected. Now, here's the rub. Since Jane is a free customer, she's not allowed to make money because customers don't make money, right? You don't walk into Walmart and buy a product and somebody puts money in your pocket. It's not how it works, right? So John gets credit for anybody that Jane brings to the platform that decides to upgrade, and it's unlimited compression. So John will benefit from helping Jane build her network on BeeKonnected if he wants to, and anybody upgrading, John is getting somewhere between $1.30 and $10 per month per subscriber. Now, what typically happens, though, is Jane catches on to this and says, hey, hold the phone, John. That's my network. That's my group. That's my chamber of commerce. That's my direct sales opportunity. I would like to make my own money from my own following. And she upgrades to Platinum or Platinum Plus. Well, John doesn't get shafted on the deal, if I can say that. That's not a cuss word. So whatever Jane ends up making, John gets to match it 100%. So if you were John, would you want Jane to make a little money or a lot of money?
What do y'all think? Because I know I'd want a whole bunch. Make her happy.
So now remember, he's not having to babysit all of Jane's customers. Those are Jane's customers. He just gets the benefit from 100% match. Now let's kind of play that out and say, hey, wait. So what if Jane goes out by herself? Let's leave John out of this equation for right now. And so Jane started free. She upgraded. And maybe she goes out and gets a chamber of commerce. Maybe she talks to an influencer. Maybe she goes to a direct sales company. Same philosophy applies to Jane. So if she goes out, and we have people that have got accounts that have 40,000 businesses, we've got people that have brought in influencers with millions of people. And so whatever that influencer, chamber of commerce, or direct sales company ends up generating in revenue, Jane gets 100% match. So again, without kind of spending any more time on that today, understand the possibilities when you're thinking about having the most powerful virtual conferencing technology on the planet. Some of the software is patent pending, so no one can copy what BeeKonnected is doing. And we're going after industries with hundreds of millions and sometimes billions of people within platforms. So if you understand the potential, the upside is huge. Now, it took 4.5 years, ladies and gentlemen. So I would like to say thank you to all the loyal people that stuck with us through the holy crap phases, right? That's another way of saying beta. That didn't work. Let's not do that again. Yeah. But the wait is almost over. So next week it's starting, and we got the 1% Club, where we're going to do a deep dive, and I'm going to kind of lay out, if it were me, if I was in your position, how I became number one, and I stayed number one 20 of 25 years of my career, right? Number one as a top rep. I'm not trying to give you my resume and tell you how great I am. I'm just telling you, I was being mentored by the owners of the companies, right? The people that had the biggest success in the industry were my coaches. And I only was sponsored by the field, if you will, on my very first company. That guy that went and did 27,000% growth, that was the years I was not number one.
Yeah.
All the other companies, I sought out the people that own the companies, and then they kind of took me under their wing. And so we're going to give you a blow-by-blow description of what to do organically. Now, this has nothing to do with Frank Fausto doing what Frank Fausto can do and BeeKonnected to help us grow as well.
But tell people, what is the 1% Club, JR?
Well, you call it something different. What do you call it?
The Not for Faint of Heart Club.
So that's the top link up there in the corner. The top 1% Club is, Tanya, you had asked me to put together a special club. You call it the Not for Faint of Heart Club because obviously you work with me every day. And I'm a very direct person, right? So again, there's no time to waste, because when you want to go into an environment that goes viral, you have to work with the A students. You don't have time to be with the C and D students. Otherwise, they'll keep you a prisoner. Now, if this was school and we were teachers, yes, we would want to spend time with the C and D students to make sure they pass to go on to the next grade. This isn't school, this is business. And so the 1% Club is a voluntary club that you'll join, and then we lay out certain parameters. But the 1% represents the revenue of where you live. In other words, if you're in the 1% Club, you're wanting to become the top 1% money earners of the country in which you preside. Now, if you're in America, that's approximately $5.8 million. If you're in the Philippines, it's only 57 grand.
Or
I know,
some people, they want to be 1% of the whole world, you know.
I know what you're saying. Let's move to the Philippines. Okay, I live in Thailand. You know, it's not all, you know, what you think it is. They're like, oh, it's really cheap. Well, because most people are living on $5 a day. So it is what it is. So the 1% Club is where we kind of roll up our sleeves. We take the gloves off, and we're going to tell you exactly what you have to do, step by step, blow by blow. A lot of times you won't like what you hear, and that's why it's 1%. 99% of the people don't accomplish that type of success. And then one of our first classes, I talked about how to become a Navy SEAL, because I was in the Marine Corps, and I respect the Navy SEALs. It's one of the hardest trainings and most elite group on the planet, but only 83% of the people don't make it, and they ring a bell. So when you're in the 1% Club, anytime you want to ring the bell, feel free. But if you're in the 1% Club, we're going to go for a wild ride, because again, we're not going to be talking about how to make 10 grand a month. We're going to talk about how to make 10 grand a day, right? Exactly. This is social media. You can produce one video that can go viral, and you can have yourself an amazing following. Some of our influencer friends are showing up now with millions and millions of people coming with them.
Totally.
So if you take a number, let's say 5 million, because we have someone with 5 million subscribers, and let's say we only get 1% conversion, 1%, a real number. Well, what's 1% of 5 million? And of course, this is where people's math sucks. It's 50,000. And of course, we're paying $1.30 to $10 per month per subscriber. Well, the second package up is Pro. That's the popular one for the masses. So that's $2 commission. So what's $2 times 50,000?
$100,000 a month.
Okay, we pay 2 people that, by the way. Remember, it's a 2-tiered affiliate club. So the doer gets the 10 grand a month, and the recruiter gets 10 grand a month. And then people like
100,000 a month.
What'd I say?
10 grand.
I haven't finished my coffee yet.
Fair enough.
Now, is that going to happen every day? No. But can it happen now more than frequently than before? Absolutely. Because it's just a matter of now finding the right influencers to say, would you like to come with an all-encompassing? Now, remember, they can simply work on their platforms. We're not saying abandon Facebook. We're not saying abandon Instagram or TikTok. But in one fell swoop, in one video, in one post, they can talk to hundreds of thousands and millions of people. That's how you collapse time frames. And then, like I said, if only 1% is converted over to BeeKonnected, it generates millions of dollars in revenue for 2 different parties. And what I'm saying on this, ladies and gentlemen, is we're not going to just hypothetically talk about this. We're going to talk about exactly what you got to do to make that happen. And in order to do that, you need to be educated. You need the information. You don't need a rah-rah speech. I don't want to give you one of those. I want to give you a conversation that you can take and immediately go out and start making money for yourself. Because we're going live. We're going live, right? The wait is over. So this week coming up. So if you know anyone that wants to be part of BeeKonnected or might take what to become BeeKonnected, I think Mr. Frausto and David Dubs, Tanya, tell me if you agree, nailed it in their latest video.
It's awesome. And we've got it in that bottom button down there in the corner for you, everyone to grab.
That says
no, not the bottom one, the middle one.
Okay. Nothing like getting the wrong directions. So it is 15 minutes. It's not a rah-rah video. It's a piece, and they did a masterful job, as only the Google guy could do, right, with David Dove's support. And they go blow by blow, like Frank talks about why he's the chief marketing officer, what he's excited about, what he sees on the BeeKonnected platform. And they start massaging all the different philosophies that I've done probably a horrible job. Like if you listen to my rant today, and then you listen to the Google guy, Frank Fausto, and David Dove, you'll understand why I'm excited. Because I often tell people, Tanya, I'm not an A student. I just know how to hire A students.
There you go.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're really appreciative and thankful that someone like a Frank Fausto is here at BeeKonnected. It only took 1 year of negotiations to get him to come here.
Yeah, I love that meeting when we sat down at the seafood place.
So the good news, if you've been with us for a while, understand it is a long journey. A lot of people rang the bell and tapped out because they're like, I can't wait this long. And it's okay. Because with almost 5 billion people on social media, 300 million people on Zoom, which happened almost overnight because of the pandemic, there's definitely going to be a shakeup through the end of this year. And then 2025 is going to be magical, just magical. The type of success stories will come off the BeeKonnected platform. Oh, by the way, so the final caveat to our company, by the way, is what we call VIP Elite. This is like getting the Super Bowl trophy or winning a championship. If you're one of the first 20 affiliate partners that cracks 10,000 total members, now it could be from your following, like that influencer that goes out and gets 1%. Both he and then, of course, the coach gets credit for, or the recruiter. The recruiter only gets 50% credit of the people they bring over. So it's either personal following or 50% of any other person you're bringing to the table. But at the end of the day, it's the first 20 to get 10,000 total upgraded customers. We're giving them stock. And this is stock pre-IPO. So according to the bankers and lawyers, this is really a low projection. When we're at 1 million paid members, they tell us the evaluation will be at least 2 billion. If you saw what happened with Truth Social, they have 500,000 free customers and they're already worth billions of dollars. So these numbers are just for illustration purposes only. But this would show you what the stock would be worth, right? Somewhere between 2 million and 40 million. Now, if it's up to me, which it probably will be, I would recommend an IPO at 10 million paid members. So that'll take us probably halfway through 2025. And then you have to add a 0 to everything on the page. So at the end of all this, we always have one of 3 kinds of people, right? We have the people that are just not interested. It didn't resonate with them. You might know somebody else, though, that you could tell about BeeKonnected. You just simply send them a link or pass them off to the person who invited you. Second person wants to become a member, wants to come check out the software, see what's going on. And the third person sees it, right? They see the vision, they see what's going on. There's something here that clicks. They want to be a beta user. They want, they want it all. They want to monetize their group. They want to do all the things that we talked about here today. And then this is the last time I get to say this. You got to get back with the person that invited you. See how awful that is, right? The people's like, I want to go now. There's no place to click right now for you to become, an instant person and BeeKonnected. So you got to go back. And we're getting rid of all of that with the P3 system, that if we come next week, it'll be more direct. It'll be right in your face. It'll be simple, crystal clear. And the person clicks, and the person invited them gets credit for what happened today, that day.
Exactly.
Put in the chat if that makes any sense to you. Silence, no whooshes.
There it is.
That's the other thing I missed is no sound effects on this platform.
I know. It's coming. The whooshes are coming, everyone.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't been on the new technology, we've been beta testing it with some of the field. It's got sound effects. It's got stuff that rolls up. It's got all kinds of different things you press on. It is an amazing platform. Well, Tanya, we're about out of time here today. Any final thoughts for the troops, for the wonderful people that are with us here today?
Well, first of all, happy Mother's Day for all you mothers out there. And then, don't be the person that, in a month, your friend goes, why didn't you tell me? When we've gone through beta and the special offer is gone and they're like, I can't believe you didn't let me know. Don't be that person. So, go out there and change some lives. This is what it's been about from day one, is how can we help people be seen, be heard, be found here at BeeKonnected.
Fantastic. All right, everybody, enjoy your Mother's Day. If you're out there, I was been called a mother for years. I don't know why I don't get to celebrate. Oh, wait a minute. I put another name to it. It's okay. All right, everybody. We will look forward to you. 1% Club on Tuesday. Click up there at the top. It'll save to the browser, whatever. You want to register. If you're not already registered, find some people. I don't care if they're brand new. We're making the exception this one time only that anyone can come to the 1% Club, because if you understand the time element, which Tanya is for me to secrecy, it's like we can't tell them when we're going to go live, but it will be next week. We're going live Tuesday. We're going to give you that exact timeline, and we're going to roll it all out for you. So everybody, enjoy the rest of your weekend. God bless, and we'll see you again next time.
Bye, everyone.
Look up.